Hi guys, I'm Alex.
Jamie.
Max. And we're watching our red hot Florida Panthers at Amalie Arena in Tampa. And you're watching Post to Post.
Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. And it's been a couple days. I've been really busy. I apologize for that. There's just not enough time for me to do what I need to do at the moment. I've been doing a lot of other things, trying to create some stuff that helps us on the other channel, doing some work for Chris in real life, and I just unfortunately have not had the time to be as frequent on this channel as I'd like to be. However, I did watch a hockey game last night. It was the Florida Panthers versus Tampa Bay Lightning game, and it was a great game. And I watched it for a couple reasons. Number one, because I've been watching Florida a lot recently, and this was the last this was the last game I wanted to watch before I made this video, because I wanted to give them 110% of my attention. Usually when I watch hockey games, I'll have one on the TV, and then I'll have like two on the monitor, just kind of multitask. But this game, totally focused, 110%. I didn't even really watch the New Jersey-Montreal game. So there's a lot of positive things to say about Florida, and it's a kind of exciting to see them making a bit of a run. I mean, they're just on the edge of making the playoffs, and I made some notes last night while I was watching the game. I want to go through some of them, and I also looked at their upcoming schedule, so I want to talk a little bit about that. So actually, maybe I'll do that first, if that's okay. And they actually have a pretty easy schedule. So not only are they playing well, but their upcoming schedule is really advantageous for them. Of the final 18 games they play, 11 of those are against non-playoff teams, and 7 are against playoff teams. So statistically, they should be able to hammer out some pretty decent points here. And at the pace they're playing it, they're really on a tear. So if they keep playing the way they're playing, they could really jump up the standings. And just speaking of those standings, Jersey right now is at 76. They have the top wildcard spot. Columbus 73. They have the second wildcard spot. And Florida is just right under there, 71. But the thing to note here is Florida has 3 games in hand on both of those teams. So hypothetically, if Florida won those 3 games in hand, they'd have 77 points. So they'd actually be above New Jersey. So that's interesting. Columbus would fall down out of the playoffs, and New Jersey would fall down to the second wildcard spot. So Florida's not only just barely going to get into the playoffs, they actually have the opportunity to bump up into that first wildcard spot. Now, they're not going to catch Toronto, because Toronto's just too far ahead. So their only hope is to get that one of those 2 wildcard spots. And the other reason I wanted to watch the game last night is because they were playing Tampa. Now, if Florida ends up in that last wildcard spot, there's going to be a Florida-Tampa Bay first-round matchup. And that's going to be really good, because the game last night was really good. It was a really fast, hard-hitting, exciting game to watch. Great goaltending on both sides. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I kind of can in a way. It's kind of weird to say that a Florida versus Tampa Bay series would be exciting, but it really would. It would maybe create a little bit more of a rivalry between the two teams, and there is a bit of a rivalry there, but they've never really met in the playoffs continuously, and like I said, there's always going to be a little bit of rivalry there, but it would be really great to see that just crazy rivalry between, I don't know, Chicago and St. Louis, Montreal and Boston, any of the California teams, anytime they play each other. It would be cool to see that between Tampa and Florida. Now, some of the things I noticed in the game last night, and mainly over the past couple of weeks from Florida, is their third man pressure in the neutral zone. Usually you don't see this a lot. So basically, if this guy's the centerman and these 2 are wingers, if the puck is over here along the boards in the neutral zone, the centerman usually comes in to help the winger, and then the other winger moves over to the center. And what Florida was doing is applying 3-man pressure. All 3 of them were on one side. I thought that was really interesting. They did it about 4 or 5 times, and it worked every single time. They got the puck, they dumped it in, and they made plays out of it. So it's a risk, but it's working for them. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm I mean, it's not like I'm a coach or anything, but you don't see teams doing it for a reason. But they're doing it, and it's working. So keep it up, I guess. Most fighting majors in the league, Haley seems to fight every single game. He's good at it. Florida's a big team. They're hard to play against physically. So Tampa was up against the boards a lot last night because of the physicality of the Florida Panthers. So that's a team I would like to see play in the playoffs just based on their physicality alone. The playoffs are so physical, so it would be an exciting team to watch just based on that aspect alone. Their offensive zone pressure, which is another note I have written down here, just relentless offensive zone pressure. They can cycle the puck really well. I didn't see that from them at the beginning of the year. They were really sloppy, a lot of turnovers. There wasn't a lot of turnovers last night, and their pressure in the offensive zone was very respectful. Respectful? No, that's not the right word. It's very impressive. And Luongo, kind of looks like he's 25 again, doesn't he? He's playing really, really good. He's kind of, I mean, usually when good goalies are good, they're in their mid-20s or 30s or early 30s. Luongo's 38, 39, maybe 40. I actually don't know, but he was playing like he was 25. Now, that doesn't apply to all goalies. If you look at Tim Thomas, I guess, is a good example. He was fantastic in his old age. He won a Stanley Cup. But Luongo looks really, really good. If you look at the players on the team, we'll look at the top 5. I have a bunch written down here, but we'll look at the top 5. So Barkov with 66 points. Nobody's talking about Barkov, and they should. Trocheck, 58. Huberdeau, 58. Dadonov, 49. And Keith Yandel, 42. So your fifth most point getter on your team is a defenseman. And you have Ekblad there too. You have some other defensemen there that can really complement each other well. I do like the back end in Florida quite a bit. Just to put that into perspective, if you take 5th place Yandel with 42 points and compare it against, we'll use Montreal as an example because they're my favorite team. I follow them the most. I know how many points pretty much every player on the team has. And I know that Gallagher is leading the team with 41 points. So the top point getter on Montreal is actually lower than the top 5 point getters on Florida. That just shows you a couple of things. Number one, Montreal is absolute garbage. But more importantly, Florida's getting contributions from a ton of people, not just one person. It's not the McDavid show. It's really a couple lines deep, really. It's impressive. So that's great to see. This is just a quick video. I just wanted to touch briefly on Florida. I really do think they're going to make the playoffs. I don't know if I'm going to hammer down that prediction as a solid thing, but I really do think they're going to make it, and I'm kind of excited for them to make it. Not really much of a big Florida fan after they got rid of Gerard Gallant and the way they did it, but I do like the team, if I'm talking about the team on the ice. I like the players, the chemistry and stuff. So this was a quick video. I do apologize for that, but at least I had time to make a little video. I went to bed last night at 1:30 and got up at 5 to do a job with Chris and help him out. And I'm overtired, but I'm kind of in zombie mode right now. So I'm gonna stop this video. I'm gonna edit this video, and then I'm gonna nap, and then I'm gonna post this video later tonight. So if the standings or points are a little different, it's probably because actually I don't know if they play tonight. Anyways, I'm gonna post it later tonight. You'll see it whenever you see it. It doesn't matter. Overtiredness. So anyway, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. There'll be more videos coming because I think I have 8 or 9 videos planned. Should be about 8 or 9 videos planned. That there's an opportunity for us to film some tomorrow night, and by some I mean a lot. So you can expect. I don't know if there's going to be a video tomorrow, but there's going to be a lot of videos. Probably Friday and over the weekend into the early next week, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, just thanks guys. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you guys contributing on Patreon if you're doing that. Comment below. Let me know how you feel about the Florida Panthers, and I'll catch you in the next one. Adios.